Good morning, good afternoon. This is Difference Maker here.
Daddy, what you say?
Answering the question. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Answering the question, what do we do? How do we preserve sound teaching? Well, I want to just add to that. The answer was given. Of course, you take your for the YouTube clips. You take your if you have a camera, take it and record the YouTube clip into your camera. But what if you don't have those materials? What you can do, and you want to think about this, the word hard copy. Hard copy. Some of the things that I do before I give a YouTube clip is I write down the notes and the outline of what I'm doing. For those of you who are listening and you don't maybe have the camera, or you don't have all the technical equipment, when you listen, take notes and copy those notes. Okay? And so what you want to do is you want to listen to the clips over and over again. Make sure your notes are right too, so that you can pass it on. That's for those of you who may not have, a MP3 converter or, a camera where you can do all these nifty things. Copy the notes down. Get them on a hard copy. That is also what you can do. That's what I have now. Some of the stuff that I have in different YouTube clips, I have them saved where I can record them onto the computer, and I have them placed in a file where I can copy them to a CD. But I also have notes. So you want to take notes when you're hearing sound biblical teaching. Listen, you want to take notes. It is a good thing to take notes. Well, I might not hear everything. That's why you need to go over and over and over a sound clip. Don't listen to it once and make a judgment. Don't ever listen to a sound clip once and make a judgment. Take notes. Listen to it over and over again. Investigate the text. If there's some more cross references that you can use that in the text that's being described, put that in your notes. And put a note adding that you added that as well, because that will help us when they shut the internet down, when you have to go underground. In Proverbs 18, verse 13, it says, "He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him." You want to listen and hear everything of the good teaching that you're getting on the web. You know which pastors are sound teachers on the internet. And even the teaching that you're under in the church that you're involved in. If it's sound, hear the whole thing. Take notes. Go over it and over it again and again. And study the text. Some of you who are educated and have been to college, you cannot just hear something one time and expect to understand it 100%. No, you're going to have to go over it. You're going to have to break it down to really understand it. You're going to have to study. Study to show yourself approved. Is not that what the text says? Now let me take you to something, and maybe this will help you understand even more. I want you to look at Exodus chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "And the children of Israel were fruitful, and they increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them." Now in that verse 6, it talked about that Joseph had died, and that his brothers had died, and also that generation had passed away. But yet God continued to increase them. They continued to increase and be fruitful. Well, how did they do that? They had to do something, or had to know something, in order to preserve and God worked through their preservation in order to increase? Well, go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Genesis 1:28 says, "And God blessed them. And God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." So here is God speaking to man, telling him to be fruitful and to multiply. He's telling them, he's giving them the command as to what to do. Okay? This is when during the creation account. Now remember, Moses wrote Genesis as well as Exodus. So how did Moses know these things? Okay, go to Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. Genesis chapter 9, verse 1 says, "And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth." Do you see it? See, they're passing down. God is saying the same thing that he said to man, to Adam, and to Eve, as he's saying to Noah, as he said to Abraham. You want to see what he said to Abraham? Okay, here we go. Hold on a second. Okay, Genesis 17, verse 6. Here God is speaking to Abraham, making that covenant. And he's saying, "And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make the nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee." You see that word fruitful? See it being repeated? Now remember, I said Moses wrote these things. How did he know of these things? Because they passed the commands down. That's how they preserved them. And what is being fruitful? What is being fruitful? Okay. In the Hebrew, it means para. And it's to bear fruit, to be fruitful. In other words, they're having sex and having many children. That's what God is telling them to do. Be fruitful, multiply. And when it came time, Joseph understood that. He told that generation and the generation after that, and look what happened. That's how they were able to be preserved. Now, how does that relate to Christians during the time when more persecution will come? Take your notes. Listen to the godly teaching of the Bible. Take notes and you pass it down. You have a hard copy. Now, do you see it? Do you see it? That is how God is going to preserve His word and good teaching that has been given to the people of God now. So, if you have a camera, record the YouTube clips onto your camera. Take notes. Listen to the audio clips over and over again. Take notes. Search the scriptures. Write it down. Print out a hard copy. Make copies of the hard copy. Make CDs. Make DVDs if you can. So that the Lord's word and good sound teaching is preserved. That's how it's been done in the scriptures. That's how we're to do it today. This has been Difference Maker saying to you, God bless.